able to determine which middle school Erica went to. It's called Cacopa.
You know, you have to give some credit to Candace. She has done a fantastic job of taking half of the nation off of the plank into that she's speaking the truth, but the truth she doesn't really want to talk about. And it's the reason why the entire government on both sides would want to silence me. You know, that's when you really know you're over the target. When all the way to the top they want to silence you, then you know you're in the right category, while the rest of the podcasters just take everybody off the plank. Yeah, whether it's the Mark Levins or it's the Candace Owens, they all serve their little roles, and none of them knowing God. Even all the Christians on the right that don't think that they have a woke identity problem, you do just as much as the left does. So she wants to go after Erica and the middle school she went to. Let's talk about the middle school Charlie Kirk went to. And of course, the Trump administration would say he went to a very good Christian middle school. Oh, please, are you kidding me? You Christians don't even want to be Christian. You have a bunch of chiefs that say this is what Christianity is. So the middle school that Charlie Kirk went to was called the Christian, because he went to Wheeling High School, which is my backyard, really, in many ways. So he went to the Christian Heritage Academy in Northfield, Illinois, for middle school. It's a private school. Yes, so there's been controversy around this school, regional anyway, because they ideologically align with the Moody Bible Institute. But it's not just that. They have recently been in legal battles with the Chicago Public Schools. Now, this is where your battle between woke and woke is going on. And that's what I'm going to call it, woke and woke. The right will say, no, this is all the transgender, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that identity crisis. Okay, got it. Total identity crisis there. You also need to turn your eyes back at yourselves and see the identity crisis you have. Will Donald Trump want to look at that? No. Instead, this is why he shadow bans me. This is why I've lost respect, have zero trust. Zero trust. Man who has the most power in the world to do something about the shadow banning and does nothing. So, the Chicago public school systems attempted to bar student teachers from institutions that have faith-based hiring practices. Oh, that's horrible, isn't it? It's horrible because, you know, the public schools, all of you, though, don't have it right. Because when you look further into the Christian Heritage Academy, they control the students even outside of the school. They do. So all of you are not getting it. The Christians on the right, you're not getting it. And I know you would say, who are you? Who are you? Well, I'm somebody that likely is right in what I'm saying. Because if I was just some crazy person, there's no reason the Trump administration would have to shadow ban me. It's the truth. The Moody Bible Institute, many people know about the Moody Bible Institute, is one of the most prominent evangelical institutions in the world. Yeah, so the evangelical movement in and alone and of itself has a whole bunch of problems. You know, you can put it up there right against the Catholic Church, really, okay? You can, with the whole rapture crap they brought in, and, you know, just and here's the thing, you know, that nobody wants to discuss, is that Charlie Kirk himself, claiming evangelical, running around to all the evangelical churches, Jack Hibbs being one of the biggest, okay? 2 months before dying, got on his podcast and said that the Protestant churches should really think about venerating Mary. So then to the day of that podcast, 2 months to the day, it's gone. Why didn't God intervene? I think there's a reason God didn't intervene. Likely maybe that. Talked about that. People would say, how dare you say that? If you pray about it, you ask God, God will tell you you're living in the fallen world, but I will not let huge influencers take the progress I've already made with the people. I will not let any major influencer take everyone backwards. God won't do it. I've said this for years because God's put it on my heart over and over again. I will not let anybody take the progress I've made with the people backwards. He was trying to take people backwards. The Roman Catholic Church would be way, way backward. I mean, that's Roman Empire altogether. So anyway, but just so you have a little bit better idea here, about the Christian Heritage Academy, is that they have there's been people, like students, that have gone on social media and have said how strict they are, like that it's like a communist system. And I've been told by by family, I think that many in Georgia actually, but I think all over the United States, that there's a ton of communist schools in this country. Okay? The public school system, that, even though it's got its own set of problems, okay, is not a communist system. However, many of these Christian schools, not all of them, they're communist. And their elite parents, and this is the thing you have to know, the kids that are in these communist type schools, they're the elites. Charlie was an elite, okay? He didn't just organically get the following he did. Okay, so the school he went to in middle school, the Christian Heritage Academy, they were all about nationalist conservatism activism, okay? So Charlie Kirk was, groomed properly by the Christian nationalists. Yeah, grooming. So you want to talk about the grooming on the left? Don't be hypocrites, you right? Because you got your grooming going on your side too. If you have an issue with this, please take it up with Jesus. Jesus is my advocate in the courtroom. He is. So, there's been students that have attempted to put on social media how strict this school is, how their life is controlled even outside the school. And if they put up social media calling the school out or talking about this, they are immediately expelled or they're reprimanded in some way. So they're not allowed to listen to secular music, rap music, or subversive themes. And you may think, well, that's a good idea. God wanted people at least to have freedom, okay? He didn't need all of you communist Christian control freaks, okay? He didn't. What he wanted you communist Christian control freaks to do is even you yourselves need to surrender to the Father, okay? I don't see any of you people on the right surrendering to the Father. No, I don't. I see a ton of you telling everybody else how they should live, though. And saying you know best. No, nobody knows best. Nobody on the left, nobody on the right. Nobody does. Not unless you surrender to the Father. And then what the Father's going to do is he's going to take you out of the system completely. I mean, really, the only people that got it right was the Amish. If you think about it. The Amish came close to getting it all right. All of these just communist schools. There's a ton of private communist schools in this country. And the kids that go to those schools are the kids of elite families. So they didn't want that to be obvious. This is why, of course, good old Candace is never going to talk about the middle school Charlie Kirk went to. And what I just always tell you, oh, Charlie Kirk went to public school. Yeah, after he spent the majority of his time at the Christian Heritage Academy, getting groomed. That's what you are, Christian Heritage Academy, groomers. If you have to control your students outside of your school, then don't call yourself Christian. You're not anything like Christ. You are no different than the Catholic Church. You're really no different than all of the churches. You serve the government. You stand on the Bible and say, we know what's best. And they have this attitude because one of their biggest people that they base everything on is this Wayne Grudem, who was just like Charlie Kirk with this attitude of women get back in the kitchen. Yes, and you want to keep the Roman Empire in place. You don't serve Christ, and I will call you out. Why? Because I do God's will. That's the way it is. The people that truly do God's will, well, they're silenced in this world, but I still keep doing it.